No, no, Castle is a very. Don't ever tell him this. Don't tell him this in his chat. Never mention it. I'll deny it. But he's a very good player. Very good player. No, no, Castle is a very. Don't ever tell him this. Don't tell him this in his chat. Never mention it. I'll deny it. But he's a very good player. Very good player.
Jesus, what are you clowns doing raiding me? How you doing, boys? How was the rest of your god-awful horror game? Just looking for something, some flights to set up. Hang on, let's look together. Find it airport. YSCN. There is a G36 here. Let's rent it and do some flights. G'day, Bass. Alright, so we've got a G36. Let's... I mean, I don't listen to Spotify when I'm streaming. What are you talking about? Let's do that. Let's find ourselves a job. 2 in a row, baby! Hey, dumbass. Let's do G36. Let's do 100 nautical miles max. Literally one job. Do it. YSNW. Oh, we can do down to size 1 airport. Just clean 3 or 4 men up. Died to the last Timmy in a corner. Nice. G'day, Killinov. How you doing? Let's go to Goulburn. Oh no, hang on. What do we got here? Cessnock? Let's fly Cessnock. There's good value on that. 82 nautical miles. 3 first class, 570. Yeah, let's do that. Aircraft. G36. Have you seen this, Killinov, in Thunder? If you're in Thunder and you've got a pilot that you've hired, you can just hire a plane and a pilot at an airport, pick up a job. That'll get us 167 nautical miles. That's probably fine. We don't need to buy fuel. You can just hire a pilot, set everything up, and then you just fly it in the sim, and then that way, even though you're in Thunder, you can do the flight. What are we in? We're in a G36. From parking, and we are going to YCNK. Where's Fly Live? Yeah. We're going YSCN to YCNK in call sign N3369W. Alright, let's wind the clock back about 6 hours and we'll fly it in the sim. It's daytime. Oh, you missed that. Alrighty. Crack that mixture up. Helps if our tanks are turned on. It is good.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Probably should have got pushed out first, right? Nah, we'll turn there, no dramas. Da, 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 da. Probably should have had our beacon turned on. Alright, we are good for that. Let's set. We'll just fly like 4,000 feet. We won't go too high. We'll set our vertical speed. Wrong way. Nav lights on. Strobe can wait. Taxi lights on. I need them on. Parking brake was off. That's always good. We should probably, before I disappear... wrong thing. What am I doing? This one.
Camden Ground Beechcraft November 6176 Lima with Whiskey request taxi for takeoff departing straight out.
That's not my call sign.
Beechcraft November 6176 Lima Camden Ground Airport is currently IFR. Request denied. Camden Ground Beechcraft November 6176 Lima with Whiskey request taxi for takeoff straight out departure. Beechcraft November 6176 Lima taxi 2 and hold short of runway 24 via taxiway Delta Echo cross runway 24 Delta. Contact tower on 120.1 when ready. Taxiing, hold short runway 24 via taxiway Delta Echo cross runway 24 Delta Beechcraft 76 Lima.
Let's do it. Hope we're all having a good night. Hope we've had a good day. I wasn't going to stream at all tonight. And then now I am. So much for not streaming at all. Where is the windsock. You are in my taxiway. After trying to combat DCS, convinced I need to learn in depth the operation of Western radars, because you're other than buying a pair of binoculars and hoping you just spot the grey pixel amongst the white ones. Fair enough. Got taken out by a guy that tells me he had you locked up at 120 kilometers. Jesus, Killanov. How's my little overlay looking? Is it nice and clear? Very proud of myself for that. This is some windy shit to be flying up into.
Camden Tower Beechcraft November 6176 Lima at runway 24 ready for departure, departing straight out. Beechcraft November 6176 Lima altimeter, tree 0.22 wind 156 at 14. Departing straight out approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 24.
Cheers, Byzantico.
Cleared for takeoff runway 24 Beechcraft 76 Lima.
Alright, approach flaps set, prop fine, mixture rich. We're not going to turn right, because that is the way the runway ends. And runway 24 is this way. So let her rip, potato chip. Oh shit, it's windy. Good God.
Airborne time logged.
Climb. It's alright, we made it over the trees, chat. Jesus Criminy. Good heavens. Nav mode on the old GPS. We can wind our RPM back off at red line a little bit. Good grief. Now the real question, do we hand fly this or do we autopilot? You're all going to say hand fly. Alright. Wouldn't trust the AP. If I reckon it'll be fine in the weather, that's what you'd do. Nah, well, we should be fine. Let's trim down a touch. What do you reckon climb is in this thing?
Beechcraft
2500
and
and
frequency change approved.
2500 RPM and 25 inches manifold? Seems about right. What destination is YCNK? It is Cessnock Airport. Central, oh Jesus. Those clouds went very dark all of a sudden. Just west of Central Coast, New South Wales.
Acknowledge last transmission.
Let's pretend that I've had my landing lights on this whole time. And my strobe.
Camden Tower Beechcraft, November Tree
I
Tree,
am
69
rolling
Whiskey
left.
frequency change.
You and I, you and I. We've hit our altitude mark. We might pull back to 20 inches of manifold. Go 20 inches of manifold and 2200 RPM. That seems general aviation-y. I may or may not have drifted left of my GPS line. But not only are we hand flying in this weather, but we're hand flying on instruments because we can't see shit. It's you and I. Wish you had AP in the DCS planes. Altitude and attitude hold. Not both at the same time. Oh, really? I'm gonna trim this bitch out. Well, it's good that I could give you plenty to look at. Flying left to our GPS line again. Some planes might work differently, but the F-14 can just about stay in a straight line. F-16 can both stay in a straight line while having asymmetric pylon loads and can also hold altitude. Well, they're fly-by-wire, right? So they'd stay on course the same way that a A320 does. Doesn't need constant stick input. Just have to calibrate it for the extra load out. Otherwise it'll slowly turn to whatever side is extra weight. Yeah. Come on. Trim yourself out. Heroes. Rose. How high do you reckon the clouds go? Should we climb over the top? One day I'll actually meet up with my GPS line. I'll tell you what, it's a bloody bumpy flight. Wish I knew what my rudder trim binds were. Is there no rudder trim in this? It'd have to be. We made it. Da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, 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 da. Ba, ba, ba. World. Push that button. Push that button. How's your day today, Byzantica? You doing better, mate? My finger is on the button. Ba, ba, ba. Whoa. Big gusts. I'm glad, mate. How's my little overlay going? It's got all the data on it? Got flight percentage, everything, yeah, nice. Sorry, Byzantica. How long did you have your dog for? That plane is going to Melbourne. $10 years. Ooh. So you can see how bumpy the air is here with how much the vertical speed's changing up and down. I'm at least managing to fly a relatively consistent heading. Oh my god, the air just leveled out. It became really smooth all of a sudden. And we're back to bumpy air. I'd probably advise against flying in weather like this in a Bonanza. We're gonna have to come in runway 17 Cessnock. I don't know if Cessnock is a lit runway or even a tar runway. It's always sunny in Cessnock. Just looking out your window. So it's real world weather at the moment, but the time has changed. I've changed the time. And based on what I was hearing out the back earlier, I'd say this is real world weather. I still don't know. So let's go. Leave our troubles behind. Through the cloud. Boof. It's a nation unknown. It looks like we are actually heading for a bit of a clear patch of sky. Unknown. Destination unknown. Unknown. This is a hard stick flight. We've crossed our GPS line again. Nice straight flight. It's hard weather to trim out for, that's for sure. Nautical miles. 7 minutes. Just trying to find the ETA on my bloody Garmin's. My overlay is not quite big enough to see my time to go. For me, anyway. Invincible. It was a fun project for me this afternoon. That flight information overlay. What I could do is I could take that perforation line and delete that so that you can see through it. I don't know if that would detract or add to it. I don't know. I'm quite conscious of the fact that I've not leaned out the fuel at all on this flight. And I also have not changed the fuel tank at all. Forgot that was a thing I had to do in this plane. We're at about 4,000 feet. Airport in question is 210 feet. Cessnock. So we've got 4,000 feet of descent, more or less. 4 minutes remaining. We want to do a flight over the top. So let's descend, but not manically. Not manically, he says, while he puts the nose down over 1,000 feet per minute. Airstrip should be dead ahead of me, with a runway going in the direction that we're pretty much flying. A little to the left. I don't have a visual. Is that it? There.
Yankee Charlie November Kilo, traffic Beechcraft November, Tree 69er, Whiskey 5 miles southwest, 1,800 feet, inbound to land runway 17.
.356 to be flying in parallel with the runway. Let's descend to about 1,200 feet. Start backing our speed off. Feet.
Weed 120 at 14 knots.
Alright, we're descending below 1,000 now. That's not ideal. I've also lost a visual on the runway. We should be more or less in line with it. Whoa, we're still descending. Come on. Why am I still descending?
Yankee Charlie November Kilo, traffic Beechcraft, November Tree 69er, Whiskey is on base runway 17.
The runway. Is that it? That looks like it's it.
Yankee Charlie November Kilo, traffic Beechcraft, November Tree 69er, Whiskey is on final runway 17 to land.
That is a beast of a crosswind. Come on, Castle, you got this. Fuck, she's windy. We're drifting away from the runway again.
Landing time log.
Whoa, easy, Tiger. Cool. I'll take it.
Yankee Charlie November Kilo, Traffic Beechcraft, November Tree 69er, Whiskey is taxiing to runway 17.
No, I'm not taxiing to runway 17. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. It's cool that you got that sort of data, eh? Alrighty. Let's clear the flight plan. Menu. Delete flight plan. We will make sure the prop is still feathered, the mixture is rich. We probably should have had our taxi lights on. We should have the strobe off again. Nav can sit here with just the beacon while we're idling. Oh, it wants me to turn the engine off, doesn't it? That's how this thing stops tracking a flight. Alright then.
Engine off time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
Let's find ourselves a little trip out to the coast somewhere. Just because I don't want to be streaming until God knows when tonight. Just a nice quick one to make sure that my little overlay works. Bonanza G36. I'd be really upset if Cessnock doesn't have any fuel. Doesn't have a lot. Do we have a coast run? We don't have a coast run. We've got to run back down to Richmond Military, but the weather down there is atrocious. Our military. Oh, this looks cool. Okay, we're going to Lake Macquarie. YPEC. I don't know if there's any jobs there or anything like that, but we're just going to set this up and track it in OnAir anyway. Just 'cause we can. Closed for operations, no jobs available, Richmond next closest. You know what that means? Goodbye OnAir. We're doing this one without you. Should have enough fuel, question mark? We can give ourselves more fuel, can't we? Alright, flight plan. We are going from... Come on. What was this one? Y... Oh, hang on, I got it up here, don't I? YCNK. we're going to go to Y BEC. K. What do you mean? Is that it there? YLMQ. I'm gonna PQ. Taxi out and left. Get ourselves ready to go. Nice. Taxi lights on, nav lights on, parking brake in. Let's get a boogie on. Except we're not going there anymore. We're going YCNK. Whoop. To what was it? YMQL, YLQM, Y Tech. YLMQ. Alrighty. It would appear the wind has changed. Oh no, it's still the same side of the runway. That should be enough runway. It should be quite a pretty airfield to land at. Let's get our climb on a bit, get a bit of altitude. I've got no idea what the altitude is of Port Macquarie.
Hey!
Mick Skip, cheers for the follow. We're just doing a bit of freehand flying in stupid wind in a light craft tonight, just because I was doing a 5-hour flight in my DC-6 in OnAir this afternoon before OnAir went down for maintenance when I was less than an hour from destination, and I lost the flight, so I'll have to do it again tomorrow. How you doing, Mick? I hope you're doing well. You use OnAir as well? It's a good time. You fly out of Newey? I've got OnAir set at the moment. I was flying out of Camden, but I'm getting bigger. Like all my missions out of Camden, flying a DC-6 is not great. AKA pretty impossible. So I changed home base to Sydney so that I can do my next challenge mission in the DC-6. But I'm flying the DC-6 back from, I think I'm near Parks somewhere. You got major FBOs on Cumulus. I've got FBOs everywhere on Cumulus. But I wanted Thunder for something different. I did discover recently that on Thunder, need to build confidence in the 737. I don't have the 737 yet. It's on the list. It's on the list. What was I saying? Oh, Thunder. I found out on Thunder recently that while you can't have AI flights on like Cumulus, you see Qantas ground on Cumulus? Yeah, sick. You can have like AI pilots flying around everywhere. So I've got millions on Cumulus because I was just using it as an airline manager for ages. But on Thunder, I found out that you can hire a plane somewhere, and you can hire hire an AI pilot. But as long as in OnAir you fly that flight, it's fine. So you don't have to have your pilot exactly where each plane is or anything like that. You can fly whatever flight you want as long as there is a pilot and you fly it in your sim, which is very cool. Yeah, it's time consuming for me as well, but while I'm working from home, you can have a dirty big flight running in the background and do the rest of your work on another screen. I'm fortunate enough to have 3 screens. So on a work day, I'll set like the DC-6 up in the morning, take off before work, get it all set up, cruise altitude, everything like that, and then just get everything up on the other 2 screens, and I've got just something very pretty to look at while I'm flying. You work night shift, last thing you need to do is cop a call at 3 AM. Yeah, fair. Very, very fair, sir. Pretty much on calls to sunrise, miss your approaches. Yeah, that'd be perfect, wouldn't it? Ba, ba. I really do enjoy flying the DC-6 though. I've learnt to fly it now without the need for the pilot assist. From cold and dark, I've figured it all out. I've spent a lot of time researching it. Ba, 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 ba. When I first did OnAir, you flew to Lake Macquarie from Dubbo. Vice versa, did a lot of hops in and out of Cessnock. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I can't say I've ever landed at Cessnock, and I've never landed at Lake Macquarie, so I'm interested to see what this is like. We're not very high, but that's fine. I wanna celebrate. Takes a while to get the cold and dark starts. Not really, Killinov. Celebrate. One more time. Celebrate. Whoa. Bumpy. Oh, Jesus. Da, 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 da. Nothing like free flying a couple of flights to gain appreciation for the autopilot. I wonder if pilots, actual pilots, sit there listening to music, tapping their foot on the brake like I am at the moment. Only relatively complex aircraft you can do every time in any sim is an Apache. Pretty damn simple as attack helicopters go. You know what's easy to start killing of? An A320. I was shocked. What time? What time? I have a feeling I'm gonna want to fly out over the lake. So it should be over here somewhere, right? No. Wait, what? Where is this airstrip? It's off the left wing. Is it in there? Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Gear warning. What speed can I put the gear down in this thing? 154. Approach flaps full one. Oh, shit. Celebrate. I'm guessing that's my way in. That looks like it. Whee! Come on. Easy on the rudder there, Castle. We are way out from where we want to be. It's alright, we should be able to drift it in from here. Oh, we're on the grass. We're on the grass. Oh, I was trying to see how fast the wind was. Well, that was cool. That's a very cool little strip. 6 knots. It felt like more than 6 knots in this little thing. How you doing, Nerf? Let's give that another go. Welcome to Mark's Point. I want another go at that landing. Give me a sec, Mick. Let me put the plane down again. Try and come in with a bit more height this time. Attack formation. Jeez, we are coming in hot this time. Get it stopped before the road. Okay, maybe I came in a bit hot. I mean, we're on the grass again, but nobody's dead. Alright, we're doing takeoff, bank right over Belmont, up the lake past Warner's Bay towards Williamstown. That is Williamstown, right? Alright, we should still only be approach flaps. Yeah, that's probably what I did wrong there. Alright. Bank right over Belmont, up the lake, past Warner's Bay. Oh. Welcome, Mick. Nice. Yeah, absolutely, Mick. You'll find me in there most mornings, most weekends, just chilling. Some nights. Get up to a fair bit, like I play a whole heap of different games, loving Flight Sim at the moment, deep in Flight Sim at the moment. every second Sunday. This coming Sunday is the next one. Oh wow, I'm letting my beer go. I don't travel north very much, Mick. I mainly find myself going south down towards Ulladulla. That's sort of my holiday destination. Yeah, absolutely. Every second Sunday I race in a V8 Supercar League in Assetto Corsa, and the Sundays I'm not racing, it looks like we're going to be setting up and doing a bit of a watch party in Discord to watch the Super 2 grid race, because that was great fun Sunday just gone. Alright, I need to consider bed because I've had a couple of late nights and work is not getting any easier. Rocking a Paw Patrol band-aid at the moment. I was on a... Oh wow, what happened to my frames? I'm obviously caching terrain I've not flown over, I'd say. I was on a work call today, and I was sitting here. I was sitting here fidgeting with my folding with my utility knife, and caught the end of my finger with it. Yep. Nah, mate, I was on a conference call with my CEO. I was just really distracted, and he called me out on being distracted, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to stop my finger from bleeding. I was fidgeting with the utility knife and cut my finger. And he just, oh, what's the racing track? And he just looks at me and he goes, right. John Hunter Hospital to my left. Are there any good golf courses in Newcastle? This is a use for flight sim I'd never considered until now. That looks like a golf course. That's a golf course. I might have to go play there one day. Whoa, come on game. Give me my frames. Really disappointed with the lack of, like, water traffic in Flight Sim. I reckon we'll go put down on that beach. No idea how that'll work for us, but that's what we're gonna do. $3080 Ti, Mick. I could probably back it off of Ultra, to be fair. But here we are. put down after this little tree here?
500.
Why do you ask, Mick? Bop, bop. Ba-da-bop, bop, bop. Da-da-da-da. Da-da. It's looking a bit bumpy. Oh shit. Perfect ending. Perfect ending. Bumps a bit bigger and further away than expected. Just a little bit, yeah. That was not quite how I thought that would go. I was hoping for like a nice glossy landing on the beach and be like, oh, that'd make for a nice screenshot or something. No. So I've only got what have I got in terms of add-ons? I've got the DHC6, but it was having a ton of problems. Apparently they've fixed it, so I might have to do some flights in that again. I've got the DC6, and I've got the the twatter. There's the twatter. Yeah, I've got the DC6 and I've got the CRJ. The 550 and the 700. Oh, and I've got the Skymaster because it's such a gorgeous little plane. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. I got the fly-by-wire Airbus. Ba, ba, da, ba, da, ba. Anyway, that's enough about me. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Question is, where do we go from here? I'm going to see if old mate that I was watching before I started streaming is still going. And if he is, we'll jump over there. He certainly is. So we'll get that done. Before we do, welcome Mick. Glad to have you here. Hope you've enjoyed yourself. Nerf, good to see you, mate. Hope you have a good time. Killing cheers for sticking around. Mystic and Jono, thanks for the raids at the start. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Have a fantastic night, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'll catch you tomorrow night for some more substantial flights, probably in the DC6. Until then, raid in 10 seconds. Cheers. Hang around for the raid.